Hello everybody and welcome back to EarthLX. On the 27th of February, the Republic of Belarus held a referendum to amend its constitution. The time in Minsk, the nation's capital, is 9:20 on the 3rd of March, and the results are in. The referendum is over. The amendment to the constitution is the project of President Alexander Lukashenko, the longtime ruler of Belarus. Before independence, he was a member of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union and joined the unicameral legislature, the Supreme Council of Belarus, in 1990. In 1991, after independence, he joined the party Communists for Democracy, but became an independent in 1992. He switched from the legislature to the executive in 1994 when he was elected president of Belarus, where he has remained ever since, bringing Belarus closer to Russia in a supranational union called the Union State, and since 2000 he has been chairman of the Supreme State Council, that body's legislature. In 2020, his election win was protested and disputed, and now his place as president is also disputed, but he continues to exercise the powers of the office and is recognised as such by most countries, although most observers call him a dictator or autocrat. During the protests, Lukashenko announced that a new draft constitution would be created. The new amendments are broad in scope, but here are some of the main ones. The All Belarusian People's Assembly, a body of industry leaders and other top officials which had no powers, would gain them and become an important body. This body is not an elected one and is filled by supporters of Lukashenko. However, he has reintroduced a limit of 2 terms, although this would only begin after the referendum, and with presidents serving 5-year terms in the next election, 2025, Lukashenko would still be able to retain office until 2035. Former presidents would have legal immunity for any action created while in office, and for all former presidents would have membership in the upper house of the legislature, the Council of the Republic, for life. Marriage is defined as between a man and a woman in this constitution, and to be eligible to be president, the requirement to live in the country is now 20 years, up from 10, and those who hold or have held dual citizenship or residency permits in other countries would be disqualified from the office for life. The preliminary draft originally said that the basis of democracy in Belarus was a plurality of ideologies, but this was changed in the final version to the ideology of the Belarusian state being the basis of democracy. Finally, it would remove an article pledging Belarus to be a nuclear-free country. The referendum itself will be held on the 27th of February, with preliminary voting held on the 5 days before that. The Central Electoral Commission supervises the vote, which is actually held under the auspices of territorial electoral commissions of various places, members of which are selected from local councils. No opposition members were selected for this, although most refused to participate anyway. The election was printed both in Belarusian, zmieni I dopełnienie Konstytucji Republiki Belarus, and in Russian, Przyjmijcie zmienienia I dopełnienia Konstytucji Republiki Belarus. I tried. But no, in English that translates into simply, do you accept the amendments and additions to the Constitution of the Republic of Belarus, and with simple options of for and against. To pass, it needed not just a majority of valid votes in favour, but a majority of registered voters as well. There was heavy criticism of the votes from the opposition. The consultation period was only 3 weeks long, and at the start of the year, which is filled with holidays, 2 people were arrested during the period, and some claim that this constitution would help Russia slowly get closer to annexing Belarus, and it does follow a similar referendum in Russia in 2020. Furthermore, the removal of the non-nuclear status also worried NATO, who believed that Russia could put nuclear weapons on Belarusian territory if the referendum was passed. It would also keep Belarus as a country with a very strong presidential system and a weak parliament, which is now basically tricameral. Some members of the opposition called for a deliberate spoiling of ballots as a form of boycott, and also called for protests about the Russian invasion. They also declined to monitor the referendum, and with a high amount of scepticism about the veracity of the official results, these cannot be externally verified. However, legally, these do count as the official results for the referendum, and they are as follows. 4,440,813 votes were received for the amendments, which was 86.6% of all valid votes. 686,165 were registered against them, which is 13.4%. 232,493 ballots were invalid. with a turnout of 78.6%. This means that when you multiply 86.6% and 78.6%, you get 65.2% of all registered voters were in favour and 10.1% were against, meaning that the referendum passed and the Constitution of the Republic of Belarus has been amended. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Sorry to any Russian or Belarusian speakers, but hopefully I won't have to be doing that again anytime soon. We have plenty of videos to come. There are by-elections in Australia and the United Kingdom, which should be getting videos soon, and plenty of content on the channel. But for now, it's goodbye from me, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.